I was around 6 years old, and my brother was about 9. It was way past our bedtime when our mom finally woke up from the couch to send us upstairs. Our dad worked construction out of town back then, so it was often just the three of us in the house for weeks at a time. At the top of the stairs, if you turned right, you'd walk straight into our parents' bedroom. Turning left brought you into a hallway. Another left down the hall led to my brother's room, while the opposite end was mine. My room sat directly across the upstairs bathroom. At both ends of the hallway were glass paneled doors we always kept locked and almost never used. The one near my room opened into a small balcony overlooking the front yard. The one near my brother's room led to a back porch, since the house was built slightly into a hill. Both my mom and my brother had a habit of waking up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. I knew this only because I was a light sleeper and they never bothered closing the door when they flushed. But that night was different. As we were heading to bed, my brother suddenly stopped, turned around, and walked back to the bathroom. Then he said, almost casually, "I'm gonna go now before bed. The past few nights, I've been too scared to walk here. I keep seeing a man wearing stripes at the end of the hallway." My mom didn't react. Maybe she thought he was trying to scare me, or maybe she was too tired to process what he just said. But I wasn't. I was completely frozen with fear. From that night on, I started sprinting from the stairs to my room, terrified I'd see the same figure at the end of the hallway or through the glass doors. Years later, when I was about 16, my mom and I were driving somewhere, talking about a dog that we briefly had when I was a kid. We laughed about how Rocky used to destroy my shoes and get into everything. Then, out of nowhere, my mom said, "Do you remember that time I opened the front door for the police and Rocky ran into the kitchen and ripped open the big bag of dog food?" I was confused as all the years we lived in that house, we never called the police. Not once. I asked her what she meant, and she looked a little flustered, like she'd said something she wasn't supposed to. Then she sighed and said, "Oh, that's right. I never told you. You were too young." She explained that one night she woke up to noises outside her window. When she looked out, she saw a man standing there, staring directly into her bedroom. She said turning on the lights made him take off running. She grabbed my dad's gun and called the police. "I don't remember everything I told them," she said, "but I described him as a tall white male, short dark hair, wearing a striped shirt and jeans. They said it matched someone they were already looking for in the area. He had escaped the prison and was on a murder charge." At the time, I didn't connect the dots. It wasn't until years later, in my mid-20s, that everything clicked into place. My brother's fear, the man in stripes at the end of the hallway, the nights he was too scared to walk to the bathroom. He hadn't been imagining anything. Without even realizing it, my brother had been seeing and warning us about a murderer who had been coming back night after night, watching our house.